Welcome back to the channel, fellow workshop maniacs and anyone else who likes this kind of content. I don't remember when the last time it was I made a video, and I'm just kind of standing here procrastinating today till it warms up a little bit outside. And I thought I'd pull the old camera out again. We're starting off out here. I thought I would walk through, do a little update of everything that's kind of going on. I've picked up quite a few subscribers since the last time I made, or since the last time I kind of regularly uploaded some videos. So I thought I would do a little update on some of the stuff I'm up to. This is the garage that's attached to my house. This used to be where I kind of did like automotive stuff, but quite frankly I had so much junk in here, car parts and tractor stuff, it really was hard to work in here. So that's why, if you can see out the window here, it looks like I'm being washed out by the sun. Why I just recently built this building, and we'll go out and take a look at it in a second here. For the most part, I got just about everything out there that's going to live out there. The tractor's going to stay in here for two reasons. This is my first diesel tractor, and I use it in the winter to move snow. And this is a semi-heated garage, and I don't want to deal with having it gel out sitting out there, and I don't have electric to that building yet to do anything about it. This gelling out, and quite frankly, this is kind of on the smallest size garage width-wise here, especially when you got this pole right in the middle of the garage here. So it's fine if this tractor just kind of lives here in this garage. I just kind of have three main things I got to get over into that shop at some point. One is my big toolbox here. The reason why I haven't done that yet is I don't know how I'm going to get it over there, because it's gravel driveway up to that building, and I don't know how good these wheels are going to roll across that, as heavy as this is. And I can't put my forks on my tractor to lift that, because I'm willing to bet this is heavier than what my tractor can lift. So I think what's going to happen is I'm going to have to pull the drawers out at some point and do that. And I just haven't been quite motivated yet to do that. And another thing I've been kind of doing is I've been going through and reorganizing this, because I had a lot of like household type stuff in here, like plumbing stuff and electrical stuff and just general stuff. I'm trying to get all my automotive type tools in here only, and taking out like all the battery stuff, which is why I've kind of brought these two. This toolbox I used to have in my basement, and I was just using it for extra storage, like for RC car stuff. I like to fool around with electronics and stuff like that. So now it's been brought back up here. This used to be out in the wood shop, and I've been doing some stuff out there, so I didn't need that out there. So I think like the RC car stuff and like electronics will be in this one, and like battery power tools and stuff in this one, and tools that I want to keep in this shop just so I don't have to go out, because I do have enough extra tools. I can leave like assortment of general tools in here, so if I need to fix something, I don't have to run out there, especially like in the winter time. And then I keep like all my battery powered carpentry tools in there. I know a lot of people say it doesn't matter, but I know about electronics, and there's little computers inside a lot of these newer tools, and it's not good for them to go through heat cold cycles like that, because that causes condensation, and condensation is bad for circuit boards. So for that reason, I just don't store my stuff out there. I mean, I'll take them outside and use them, which is probably no different, to tell you the truth. But I prefer not to store all my battery power tools out in, well, sub-zero shops this time of year for me. So I kind of got that project going on, and then I gotta get this engine out there. This engine's going to go in my Ram Charger. Then I still have this engine, which I used to have a pretty sweet Dart back in the day. And that is going to go in my 42 if I keep it. My 42 pickup. And then this garage really won't be used much for a shop at all, other than maybe work on like RC stuff or electronics or something like that. But and another thing, I really couldn't ever do a whole lot in here anyways, because as you can see, there's living space above this garage, so the heating ducts run through here. If I use any kind of cleaner or paint or anything that has a little bit of a smell, it gets up in the house, and the girlfriend doesn't like that too much. So let's go out and take a look at what I got going on in the shops. Alright, so we're in my old shop right now. This is the building that was here when I bought this property. This is a 20 by 30 shop with about an 8.5 foot ceiling in it, I would say. Yeah, well, it might be just like shy of 9 feet. It's not very tall. This is where that one toolbox is sitting, so I've kind of opened up some spots here. And as you can see, it's kind of partially insulated. This is kind of like a project that's been going on for a couple years now. I kind of work on it when I don't have anything else going on. I call this the wood shop now, because now that I have two shops. I do side work out of here, and I've been getting into bigger and bigger projects lately, so I've been trying to increase my workable space in here. Originally, that new building was supposed to be for the side hustle, but I wasn't able to build that building as big as I wanted, nor finished off with like insulation and heated and all that stuff. So that will come in time, because this was originally supposed to be like for like the automotive projects and the tractor and all that junk. But since this building is already mostly insulated, I'm just gonna try to get this done in the next coming year here, between stuff I have going on. I like to maybe get some, like this time of year when it's cold out, I don't usually do too much for side projects, just because I can't. It's too hard to heat this place and get a nice finish. I just don't take on side projects. It's just simple as that. Usually this is a time of year when I work on like insulating and stuff, working on the shop and stuff like that. So this bench that goes wall to wall, this is something I've also worked on in the last year or so. I need to go through and make drawer fronts and doors for this shit. Maybe put some shelves in some of these too. There will be another little wing section that comes off of this side where I'm going to put like my my lathe and probably my drill press too. And then there will be upper cabinets along here as well. The goal of this is to get all the tools and all the like supplies and stuff on this wall, and it's out of the way, and and organized nicely. So right now everything is kind of strewn around, and eventually, like this cart full of lumber, that's going to be in the other building. And quite frankly, like any lumber or wood that isn't part of a project that's coming up will be over there, just so I can have more floor space. Because like I said, I'm getting into some bigger projects coming up here, and I just need the room. I do have this building was never properly supplied with power when the original owner built it. It was kind of like this bullshit thing. Oh, I got the cover on right now. This going on. It looks like I have 220 power out here, but that is not 220. They're trying to do some sort of weird fake 220 business in there. So along with getting the new building wired up, I have an electrician giving me a price on getting me, after that building is wired up, to have a leg come over to this building so I can finally get this wired up properly. And then, because right now I have to take that over to the old garage where I have an outlet set up for it. I've had this for a couple years now. It's not even hooked up because I don't have 220 power. And once I get 220 power, this air compressor can go over to the new garage, which will give me some more floor space. So there's a lot of stuff in the works. I got like projects like this little cabinet underneath my saw that I kind of started a couple years ago and never got to finishing. So before I get into doing customer work this year, I want to get some of these projects knocked out at least, or a good chunk of them anyways. I don't want to make this video too long, so let's head over to the other shop. Oh yeah, just in case anyone was curious, this is how I'm currently heating it. I'm using a propane heater, which this does get it hotter than heck in here. The problem is with being an open flame and doing finishing work, that kind of scares me a bit. So another reason why I don't do finish work when it's cold. At some point, after I get 220, I'm probably gonna. Everyone keeps talking about these mini splits, and I'm probably gonna look into one of those because it would be nice to, when it's hotter than heck in the summertime, to have air conditioning out here as well. So that could be a future thing for this shop as well. But let's get over to the other shop. Like I said, I don't want to make this video too long. It's already probably way longer than it should be. I'll see you over in the other building. So we're over here in the new building. Start in this corner. It's 40 feet deep and it's 30 feet across with 14-foot walls, which is amazing because it makes it look like it's huge in here. And I can do crazy stuff like build that tall shelving where I need a ladder just to get to half of this stuff. This back corner I just kind of have set up as, I call it the tractor area, where I got all the accoutrements to the tractor all set up, ready to go. Actually, some of this is for my trailer too. I can pull the trailer in here, get it loaded up with straps and stuff or whatever. And then this area right here was meant for the front end loader to go, but apparently when I took it off, my truck was in the way and I was just too lazy to get it to move it. But that's it, where that's supposed to live, right there. Now this is only about half of what I had in storage as far as car parts. All the big parts like doors and hoods and fenders and shit like that. So I do have two different projects. I got the 42 pickup here, which at one point I was thinking of putting it back together and selling it, and lately I've been kind of thinking, well, now that I have space, maybe I'll just keep it and see what happens with that. So that project is kind of in limbo what I'm doing with it, but it's starting to come up. I'm starting to get all my shit back in one place, so I know what I have for some of this stuff. This plywood was left over from when they built the place. Well, they didn't tell me this was extra and I could keep it. So it was left outside and it got snowed on. So I'm trying to dry it out. There was a few pieces over in the other shop too. What I think I'm going to do with this is I'm going to either build a workbench or shelving or something for out in here. I really haven't built nothing for this shop yet, other than that tall shelf. All these other shelves I had already. I just kind of want to get either everything in here or everything that's going to come here yet, because I haven't quite decided if I'm going to give up that storage unit that I have, because it would be nice to not pay a monthly payment on that, but a lot of the stuff that has to come here yet is big and bulky, and I just don't have this laid out right to accommodate all that stuff yet. Because at some point, from this pole back, I want to put a mezzanine in there, so the top area is just for car parts and lumber storage. And then the under part can be like a little tool storage or whatever under there. But that's down the road. I want to get the electric done here first. Then I splurged and got the bigger, nicer doors. That's a 12 by 12 there, and that's a 10 by 10 there. Another thing I splurged on when I built this is I had all the lines ran for in-floor heating. So I am set up for heat out here when I get to that point. It'll probably be a number of years before I get this insulated and whatnot. And if anyone's interested, I can make a video on the specifics of this building, because like I said, this was supposed to be a 30 by 80 building, which would have maxed me out on the biggest possible area that I could fill up with building based on zoning regulations. And it was going to be finished and turnkey, ready to go, but it's 2023 now, but building anything is like costs you twice as much these days as it used to. You know, and if anybody's interested, I could go over kind of what it cost me just to build this and compromises I had to make to get it to fall within my budget. This card is new. My girlfriend got me this for my birthday. A little tool cart to run around with out here. And I guess I could talk about this right here. I can just look out the windows to go out in the cold. But this is my clapped out Ram charger. And underneath that green tarp is all the parts to make this not so clapped out no more. Then on the other side of that is the frame for the 42. But hopefully this wasn't too much of a rambling video. I'm Tim. This is my workshop. That's what this channel's about. I'll talk to you guys later.